I'm interested to know before you lose your track of thought, just so you can break it down for us, what you're jotting down with regard to what you're talking about. Also, the conversation around the mindset of the youth. Komu alluded to something that and he said, you know, the voter now is not the 2007 voter. This is not the 2022 voter who used to vote on the terms by the party leader. If, for example, Raila Odinga, like Babu had said, that he would say vote for this particular person and everybody would go that route, then is that the mindset that the now youth is going on with into 2027?
Yeah. Han, I'm a UDA member. And I'm an interested politician in the near future. Maybe I'll disclose it, not as early as that was done.
Declare your interest.
But just to tell my friend here, the MC aspirant who thinks UDA is crafty, wait until you know the owners of DCP. But we are here to know in the coming days. You know, I always love saying things.
Who are the owners?
Who are the owners? Tell us.
We know who's the party leader.
The party leader.
He's the owner of the party. You know, in Kenya, let's be honest. If you think you are the owner of the party, we have an history. The people who have been chased out of the party, the people who own the party, and that's why these matters of zoning come in, and their friends are considered. If you want to know who owns the party, see who are nominated. You realize people nominate their children to parliament, to Yala. That's when you'll know the parties are theirs. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But just I'm still asking myself, what is zoning to a youth? Zoning is a dangerous thing to a youth. Despite the fact today I am a UDA member. And I'm going to vie on a UDA ticket. Today, I ask myself, what is the purpose of zoning? The purpose of zoning is to strengthen a coalition, which is good. But where is the chance of a youth in that coalition? We are not there. Why do these people bring coalition? It's because they don't want to get out of power. It favors those who are already in, the incumbents. So these incumbents favor themselves. By the time they are discussing zoning, they are bringing in something that will favor them to remain in power. If they knew they will not be elected, if they knew that all of them are going home, they will not pursue zoning. Zoning is for their intentions. Therefore, a new entry into politics, who is a youth, does not have a place in zoning. So, what are the weaknesses? It weaknesses democracy, whereby we do not have variety of leaders available for a voter to choose the right candidate. We've said it gives barriers to new entries. They will not have freedom because many of them will be considered incompetent. And I remember in 2017 in Eldoret, a constituency called Tarbo, a friend of mine called Tony Kiprotich decided that he was going to run on an independent ticket because UDA had 18 candidates, then URP had 18 candidates running under URP. And we had one candidate won who is not a Kalenjin. Therefore, the others are to come in and say, we must have our candidate who will run. And they fronted another candidate who is an old person against this young man, just because a young man was considered that he might not have the muscle against the other person.
So a young person has never been considered?
Has not been considered. And also, you notice in that statement that it promotes tribalism. You go to a region like now, where my friend comes in, maybe it's predominantly Kikuyus, and we have a candidate who is not a Kikuyu. So a Kikuyu candidate will be favored on matter zoning that he will win more votes because he's a Kikuyu. Whereas we have a Luo who is an MCA in a Kikuyu region here in Nairobi. So somehow to my study is a youth will not be considered much in this zoning. You try really to observe, it will promote, there'll be no merit. We'll not have a leader on matters merit. And you remember we were even giving a very good example. for gubernatorial seat for Nairobi in 2022.
Yeah.
We had a candidate called Richard Ngatia, who was a former president for Chamber of Commerce, who had placed all billboards in this town. But because of zoning, he was told you are not fit candidate. And we approached a candidate called Igathe for Jubilee. We are Team Wanyonyi. You understand? So at times, it works against you. Some of us who are good in discussing everyday politics, we know Tim would have been a very good candidate for gubernatorial. So at times, it doesn't favor you. Then we had Sakacha and Bishop Wanjiru on UDA.
Yeah.
And they did their mathematics and said Sakacha will be more popular against Bishop Wanjiru, and they got it right. So at times, it can work. At times, it might not work. But more, it doesn't favor a youth.
All right. That question on the mindset, I had asked